That's
All right,
right.
so Britain, it seems like based on no matter who you listen to, Fox News, MSNBC, CNN, it seems like more black men are voting for or supporting Trump. Um, what do you think the reason for this is?
Uh, Graduation rates going up for low IQ men. That's it. That's it. Uh, Diplomas with asterisks on them. That's why. They're letting men graduate that don't have good test scores. That's it.
So do you see a benefit for black men supporting whatever it is that Trump is in favor of as far as his policies?
Yes.
The agenda that he's pushing.
I believe that they will continue to receive minimum wage at $7.25 an hour. Yes, sir. That's exactly that's what they're getting. Because I'm telling you, those anybody that has any type of intellect that's a black man know that man has nothing to offer us as far as a long-term solution to our problems. None.
Whew,
So
you said
I don't really. I
time.
did. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
So do you feel like? So you feel like Kamala obviously is the better choice in this election for black men as a whole and black folks.
I'm not gonna say that either, but I will say that they're the lesser of two evils for me.
Whoa, I'm very surprised by that. I'm curious to know.
I know you're not.
Well, again, here it is. I'll be honest with y'all because we're gonna lean black, right? We're leaning. So I'm gonna just tell you, I'm gonna lean. I've been black all my life, I promise you. And here's what I do know: the Democrats nor the Republicans have any of our best interests in mind. None. So again, we've survived government. That's what we've done. Again, the reality is that we have become more inundated because more people are becoming more involved. We're getting more information, and so the knowledge gap is closing. Not the wealth gap, the knowledge gap is closing. And that's it. And then what also is closing is our ability to have a platform to speak. That's closing because now there's more. We don't just have to get information from a left or a right. Now we have a platform and we can speak our truth and then and call it what it is. So no, I am going to vote for Kamala. But it's not because I think she's going to do a better job. It's because I don't want Donald doing what he does best, and that is cause confusion and havoc. And listen, if you haven't read Project 2025, then you definitely, and again, those are probably the black men that are voting, those that cannot read. Because if they read Project 2025, then they would understand this thing looking good for you, gentlemen. All right.
Mr. Black, what would you add to that? What are your thoughts?
So I agree with my brother B in the sense that Kamala is the lesser of two evils.
Oh my goodness.
In a sense, because I think for me, of where I stand, all of us have a little bit of racism in us, whether we want to admit it or not. So if you put me in a situation where I have an opportunity to vote for somebody that looks like me, that's grown up like me to a certain extent and understands my situation, I'm probably going to lean towards that. Now, do I feel like she's competent, it's going to make my life better? No. And I would like to think that I am an intellectual individual, educated, and I could have put a few sentences together. So I think Trump appeals to men in the sense that he represents the no bullshit, because for me, I get tired of hearing all of the politicians pop in
drinking,
working now.
Yeah, all of the politicians, I think they're all feeding from the same trough. Having said that, I don't expect Donald or Kamala to make my life better or worse in either case, in a sense. But what I do appreciate about Donald Trump is I feel like I know where I stand with a person like him. I would much rather deal with somebody who sits there and tells me that he's going to be a tyrant, that he represents his to the fullest. I get angry with Democrats because they want to play nice. I respect that Trump views this as adversarial. You can apologize later. And so from where I sit, if I was going to support somebody, I don't have a problem with Donald Trump. I respect a lot of the things that he says. We can shoot the messenger, but in some of the messages that he put across, I don't necessarily disagree with. And on a personal level, for me, with what I do for a living, I thrive better under Republican leadership. If I'm gonna be truthful about it. So in that sense, yeah.
And
Okay,
I want
so
to say this. Can I just make
I'm
this
sorry.
statement, Vanessa? And I'm gonna let you have it. I just want to make sure
Mine
that
gonna be real brief because I said I was gonna sit this one out. This is for the fellas, so
sure.
I just want to be real brief.
Okay.
But to touch on something that you said, Lee Black, about Trump, the one thing that me personally, I respect about Trump, like you said, is like it's like a snake. He's the type of snake that's going to tell you he's a snake versus someone sitting right next to you, smiling in your face, pretending to be your friend or pretending to have your best interest. And then you find out later that they're a snake. He's going to tell you up front, like, hey, I'm a snake. I'm venomous. I could kill you. I'm no good for you. And then he gives you the option to choose, right? So that's the one thing I can
Right.
respect about
I
Donald
move
Trump.
the screens around again. Hold on.
Well, this is
There we
my
go.
thing though. I
All
want
the
to say
reds
this.
in the middle.
I don't. That's funny. I just want to make sure I'm don't by no means am I being throwing shade or being misogynistic towards Kamala. None of that. My thing. Nothing has. I don't have a problem with her being a woman. It's just again, it's politics. Period. They're not looking out for the constituents as they call us. So again,
Well, y'all know I am a misogynist.
yes, you are.
So for that reason, Lady Vanessa, I don't want you to sit this out because you happen to represent the female perspective on here, and I think that's a part of the problem.
Well,
I don't want you, not for you personally. I don't want you to sit out your opinion in the same way I don't want men to sit out or not vote for Kamala just because she's a woman.
Right.
Well, no, I said that I was
because
that's really rich. A misogynists care about a woman's opinion.
Because I love these bitches more than they love themselves. So that's what I
Hold on, what'd you say, Lee? What'd you say, Lee?
I love these bitches more than they love themselves. So having said that, my thing is, I think the bigger referendum is going to be what are black people going to do? We have an opportunity now to do something that's never been done. But here we stand divided. I am so interested to see what black people in general, fuck white people, they're going to do what's best for them. I want to know what we're going to do.
They always have. Okay, so Lee Black, again, I'm sorry, y'all. But to address what you said, I said that I was going to sit this one out because it was addressed to the fellas. But if it's all inclusive, then of course, absolutely. So.
It's too good. It's getting good. Yeah. Adam, what's going on, man? You want to chime in on this? We're asking why are more black men moving over to the Trump wagon, if you will?
Make sense.
Find anything enticing about it?
He makes sense because even when he ran the first time,
oh,
no, because like you know how like there's somebody who actually comes out and just said he doesn't have a social filter. Everyone else
sounds incoherent most of the time he talks.
So when he comes out, he's telling you just like you would be sitting in the living room with him. He doesn't have any plan, even if his team gave him a plan of attack. He's just going to do what he want to do. So when he comes out and someone says something like, you don't pay your taxes or something like this, and he says something dead to Hillary Rodham Clinton, yeah, because it makes me smart. Just like the friends and your donors who are billionaires who do the same thing, she don't got to answer.
Yeah, but I agree with you on that one. But we let him in office for 4 years, and he almost killed everybody. So again, Javier, I don't know why you signed.
I mean, he did bungle the COVID. He did bungle the COVID crisis.
No. Check this
dramatically.
This is the one thing. This is the difference between Republican and Democrat. You look at how the COVID issue. Do y'all realize this man bombed somebody like the COVID? Yeah, because that whole 2020 went crazy. On January 3rd, he bombed. No, January something. He bombed the third top person in Iran, and everyone started yelling World War
Baghdadi.
It was Soleimani.
Yeah, he went crazy. So now we about to have World War III. They started talking about this thing called COVID coming out. And now we supposed to have the ending times. Like everything just started, we gonna go left. But it's funny how in this situation we had PUAs unlocked, we had PPP unlocked, we had those good stimmies coming out unlocked, and in times of crisis,
And the boys got
stimmies had
locked
the
up.
same. Look, listen.
Let
I'm gonna punctuate this. Listen, I'm
gonna
gonna punctuate. Jessica, that locked up right there. PPP lockup. I'm gonna stop right there. Let me punctuate this, and I'll let it go. The Demis do things for themselves and their buddies. PPP was unlocked for anybody who wanted it. For the first time, even poor people could get in on the scams and the backdoor deals and things like that.
A lot of people gonna go to jail too.
That's what I'm talking about. All of the underhanded scams, all the kind of things.
Been doing to us.
Hey, it's wide open when it comes to Republican. They bought that money. But when it comes to the Democrats, they want to do the kumbaya thing and slide. Or in the case of you ain't black, that was one of our situations. Kamala just became black all of a sudden. That's another situation.
Whoa.
Did she go to HBCU?
OMG. What is happening in this show?
What is happening?
You want it.
But listen, she distanced herself from black people until it's time to get in that seat.
You go back and look at her getting elected from as Attorney General in California. It says first black this. It says black on most of all her stuff. She went
out of her own mouth. Out of her own mouth, she touts her heritage as Jamaican. What was her mother? I forget what her mother.
Indian.
So she touts herself as the descendant of foreigners, not a black person. It's not.
She is a black person. She's mixed. It's weird.
Let me jump in.
But she's an American first. That's the one thing.
I don't understand. I don't understand the point.
Oh yeah, let me jump in on the Trump thing, and then I'm opening it up to Javier and Rick to jump in back in on this. Okay. We ain't gonna get to none of the other. All right, so the Trump thing.
Wow,
a whole lot of black men are moving over to the Trump side. Great I was one of those guys at one point. I'm an independent, as you can see. Andy says independent. I don't give a crap about the Democrats or the Republicans. I agree with who was that, Lee or Brenton? One of y'all said something about Democrats and Republicans. I forgot, but they're all snakes in my opinion. However, with this particular race, I feel y'all on the stuff Trump says that it just talks like he in the locker room, and all that stuff made a lot of sense when he ran the first time.
No, when he was talking about grabbing women by the pussy, but go ahead.
And we talk like that.
That is true. He didn't lie.
We talk.
He didn't lie.
Presidential. Very presidential.
I don't know about saying presidential, but he didn't lie.
He didn't say why he was running for president.
Then I got some serious questions for the leaders of this country.
Well, Bill Clinton.
He talked about it. He talked about it, but Bill Clinton was about it. so I ain't really got no issue.
Did he get in trouble for rape? Did he have to pay somebody for?
Got impeached.
Yep, he did. Yep.
Yeah. No. Donald Trump. Did he just have
he did. Yep.
So I was with all that stuff the first time. This time, if you listen to him, like Ricky said, he's very incoherent. He's just going in circles. A lot of stuff he's saying.
This time around is not like the last time.
Listening to what he's saying, it makes zero sense. He has zero policies. Everything is so grandiose. And maybe my thing is I just can't stand an extreme narcissist. Oh. And he's such a narcissist that it just makes me want. He just needs to be hit in the face. He just irritates the heck out of
him in the face, but they mix and they
irritates me.
Oh my God!
Irritates.
Oh my God!
And he has no policies, and so I wouldn't choose him over Kamala, even though I'm not Democrat or Republican. I will be voting for Kamala this time because I look at the historical value of a black woman in office. I put that above having a Trump in office to do.
At least you don't leave
a little bit that might because he's going off Republican policies, I guess, as a base in the Congress is anyway. I do make more money when Congress is run by Republicans. I trust that they can make my taxes a little lower and all that. But Trump ain't really affecting a whole lot, in my opinion, other than creating division between black folks, white folks, poor folks, rich folks, in my opinion.
But it's always been like that when you think about it. It's always been like that.
It's even. You
What's
don't think
that?
it's more inflamed? He fans the flames a whole lot
Yeah,
more
I
with the
would
stuff he
definitely
says
agree
and
with you
does.
on
He's
that. He
creating a divide.
definitely
It's
has.
like
So I guess it depends on what do you prefer. Here's for me, I'm speaking for myself. In my 20s and 30s, my tolerance would have been okay with that. A funny thing happens when you get to be of a certain age. You become unapologetic.
Yeah.
And I guess that's why for me, when I think about what he's speaking, I'd rather sit across from a table from somebody who I know he would not have me in his home. And I wouldn't have this son of a bitch in my home either.
And
But
you
you
know
know
But you
you'd
would
what?
vote
rather
for him
know
for president?
No, you missed my point. I would rather deal with somebody that I know exactly where we stand with one another.
Yeah.
But you would
Than
vote for somebody for
we ain't
president.
got to. We ain't talking about vote.
well,
I'm talking about understanding.
Yeah.
My point is that at 56 years old, I am unapologetically who I am. And I'm in a position to where, thank God, I can say what I mean and mean what I say and sit across the table from somebody that I don't like, I wouldn't vote for, I wouldn't have in my home, but I would rather deal with that individual than somebody sitting on the side of me pretending that they get me. Because in my personal experience for 56 years on this earth, the ones who have twisted in my back the worst have been my own people. Even when I've been in a position to help them, you ain't been fucked correct until you've been fucked by your own people.
But Black,
Everybody get messed up by their own
but
people
Black,
because it's
even
close
to your
proximity. That's
Don't
what you
do
deal
that.
with.
Don't poo-hoo it away because that's a part of the problem.
That's the reality, though.
Narrow mentality.
Wait a minute.
Because one thing I would tell you about
Wait a
white
minute for a
people is
second.
they're not gonna fuck
Wait
up
a minute
their
for a
money,
second.
their name,
Wait a
or their
minute for a second.
reputation.
Wait a minute for a second. This is the same argument on black crime, right? Black people kill more black people. Yeah, because we live in close proximity to one another. White people kill more white people. Hispanic kill more Hispanics.
Don't do the
Asian
numbers
kill more
argument
Asians.
there.
It's reality. You're gonna be crossed over. You're gonna be crossed over
What does
more people
what does
like
it have
you
to do?
because that's
So
who
when you
you
walk
deal
down the
with on
street
a
at
daily
night,
basis.
you're not clutching your wallet because of white people. Cause you clutching it because niggas is coming towards you. Let's keep it funky.
You talking about crime. All right, so
like me.
Javier, you want to go? Or you want me to go
Yeah,
first?
let's have you jump in real
I've
fast.
been trying to just absorb it so much.
It's a whole lot.
I've been trying to be humble lately, and I didn't start off too strong. So
no, but you have been really quiet.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
What you got? Yeah.
All right. So, quick question for everybody. I know somebody brought up that Donald Trump doesn't have any policies. Can y'all tell me what Kamala Harris' policies are?
No, what aboutism? Here we go. What aboutism?
No, I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure.
What aboutism?
No.
I can tell you. I prefer her tax plan. I already know you supporting. I already know you support the tax plan. You gonna tell me something? You gonna surprise me and say something different?
I didn't decide who I wanted to vote for. I might not even vote this time. But
okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Guess what? I am surprised.
Yeah.
I do like her. I like her tax plan way better than Donald Trump's, and I can't wait for them things to expire. So if she win office, I would love to see a $6,000 tax credit coming to my pocket. That's one policy I like better, and I also like what they're trying to do.
House.
That's unrealistic in my opinion. That's not going to happen. But it sounds nice. It sounds really nice.
All right.
What's that?
So let me address the prompt real quick.
I was about to get on it. But
let me address the prompt real quick. Why are black men supporting Donald Trump in higher numbers than the last previous times? Plus, he has more young black men support than any other president in recent history, right? Republican Party. Republican Party. And I think the reason is that a lot of young black men feel disenfranchised. They feel emasculated. They don't feel like they belong anywhere. They feel like they're not respected in their communities. They feel like they've been hearing Democrats say that they're going to solve all of these problems for them time and time again. But a lot of them don't feel like that's actually been the case. Whether it's been the case or not, young black men are not happy in a lot of situations and circumstances, whether it's family, whether it's education, whether it's jobs. And time again, in majority Democrat-ran states, young black men are suffering and struggling. And you can't blame Republicans for it because a lot of these are run by Democrats. We're talking about from the sheriff on up to the mayor. And every time people bring this up, then it's like nobody has any answers. Why? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. You're damn right they want to vote for Donald Trump. Not because they like Donald Trump over Kamala Harris. It's because at some point people are just fucking tired of people telling them that they need them to be great, and every time you're waiting for the greatness to come, it just never magically it happens. It's always excuses. The Republicans.
But what are they?
Hold on, let me finish. I want to hear what he.
But what is Trump? What is Trump going to embrace them with?
It's not about embracing Donald Trump. It's about permission. Donald Trump gives men permission to be men. He gives them permission to not give a fuck, to not have to walk on eggshells all the time, being careful what you say, cancel culture.
Hold on, Brenton. I didn't say that.
I agree.
This is going to be shocking, but I agree with about 95% of what Javier said. I agree with about 95%. So back in,
I do not need Donald Trump to allow me.
Let me let Javier finish. I'm sorry, Javier.
That's not you, bro. That's what I'm saying. I understand why Brenton.
I just love his. I agree with him 1,000% on the explanation.
Yeah.
We're not talking about whether I would support him. I'm answering the question of why black men. So I agree 1,000% where he's coming from.
Yeah, the explanation is pretty much spot on. Aside for some questionable things, I would say most of it is pretty spot on. Disenfranchise is the main thing. Donald Trump allows men to be men, right? That's
what is that? What is that?
We're talking about the explanation of why they're filtering over.
Please tell me, is he helping them to learn how to put their pants on one leg at a time?
I don't think he meant it.
Let me finish.
So wait, somebody explain to me what that means. Then what are y'all talking about?
I'm taking it as no. We're not talking about he's educating us on being a man. But all the shitty, crummy stuff that we say, the misogynistic bullshit that comes out of my mouth, Donald Trump is in my world. You know, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about it from that perspective that I would fit better in Donald Trump's world. I would fit better in Donald Trump's world with my views of how I look at things and how I say it unapologetically than the political correctness that we get from a Kamala Harris, a Joe Biden, a Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, because these are the same people behind closed doors, play golf with him, eat with him, sit down with him, take his money, but then get in front of the camera and pretend like they're miles apart.
Well, that was before 2016.
Really
2016 changed everything.
Let me say this. Was not Donald Trump the same dude all of this time?
Thank you.
Been a piece of shit.
Thank you.
Yes.
So no. Pretend like, this is way before.
And don't get me wrong.
Trump before he ran.
Wait. I said, I'm saying I was making sure I don't think they playing golf with him now. Let me say this though. Let me put my 2 cents in. Let me put my 2 cents in right quick. Lee Black and AL, they're explaining. Is AI?
Adam.
You heard Adam. You heard Lee Black. This is what Javier is talking about. The feeling, right? And so in 2020, you have 12% of black men actually voted for Donald Trump. It's gone up right now. In 2024, he's looking to get about 18 to 20% of the black man vote, which is an substantial amount. Joe Biden still won the black vote by 90% in 2020, but Kamala needs to get that number up. And so a lot of black men are swayable here. These are not all hard facts. I think they are swayable. You got to be able to show what your policies can do for the African American community. They can't.
No, they can't. Can I jump in real quick?
They can't, and we're gonna talk about this later. I don't want to get off the tangent.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this one thing, and I'm gonna put it back to the group because I was quiet for a while. I listened to everybody. Right? The Democrats can't say anything because they've been saying enough every 4 years. Nobody hears from Democrats until the 4 years come.
Well, hold on. Let me say this, Javier. And then we had this conversation. I think we're gonna talk about it tonight. You know, what can you do for the black community?
I don't think we're gonna get.
I'm under the impression. It's not about. But no, right. But are men not in the black community? And you hear a lot of people, a lot of men. I hear a lot of men talking about this. They was in Atlanta the other day. They was in Philadelphia, and they were talking about, I don't think she gonna do enough for the black community. We tired of Democrats saying they're gonna do this for the black community, and they ain't stepped up for the black community. So that is a part of the reason why. I also think what you're saying is the reason why too. More black women are educated, more educated than black men, right? And so I'm not saying
they're more educated, but they're not more intelligent. And let me explain why.
Oh, stop this! Wait, hold on.
That's my dog.
Let me cut straight through it like butter, right? A hot knife on butter. Black women have been running the black community for the past 4, 5, 6 decades. And where's the black community got for that?
What do you mean they've been running for the past 4, 5, 6 decades?
Lady Vanessa,
black community.
Get in here.
Wait, hold on.
Get in here.
Let me ask you a question. What makes somebody more? What makes a woman less intelligent than a man?
The last time you two started talking, we y'all left us for 15 minutes, so y'all hold on.
Can you answer that question? Just that one question. Just that one question.
I'm gonna let the whole
No, answer that one question. Just that one question.
Okay, 15 seconds and answer, and then we'll go to Vanessa.
What makes a woman less intelligent than a man scientifically?
The problem with it is you say educated. Educated and intelligence is a totally different thing. And the reason I say that
you said they're not more intelligent.
Yeah, I said they're not more intelligent. And the reason that is because if you notice, why is it that the black community is worse off while single black motherhood should have gone skyrocketed up through the roof, 90%? They running the community and we're doing worse.
Where's the black man at? Where's the black? Why is a single black home?
Okay, Vanessa.
Let's go back.
Come on, Vanessa. I want to hear.
Black men are not graduating, but
okay.
There you go.
Right. Come on, sweetheart.
Ooh. Give me a minute, because I'm a little triggered right now. Give me a minute. Those single black women that you're talking about, I just so happen to be one of them. And to let you know that it's not by choice. And I believe that I can speak for a majority of black women. It's not by choice. Like Ricky just said, where are the black men at? You speak like that as if we chose to be single black women. For you to make that statement to me is very, very, very moronic. It's insulting and it's very demeaning. And I do not appreciate it. And like I said, I'm very, very triggered right now. I really am.
Adam.
Go ahead, sister.
Don't put Adam on the screen.
Vanessa, let me say this to you. And I know I'm small right now, right? But I'll say
please put me on this screen.
When I talk about politics or when I'm talking about issues in the black community, it's never personal with me.
But
I'm just talking about observation.
You said that we're better off than what we've ever been, as if it's our fault, as if you're blaming the black woman for the black race as a whole.
I'm not blaming. I never place blame that black men are not responsible.
Ricky, what did
I never said. I said that black men have been running the black community for decades. If y'all were so
you putting the blame on it, if you say one party is running something,
what do you think, Adam?
If you're so intelligent, you would have figured out how to do this by now.
I don't talk over people. That's just me.
Men are supposed to be the head. So where are y'all? We're not. What
do you think, Brent?
By choice, like I said, that's not on us. So where are the black men going? Where are you to be the head? Where are you to lead? Right?
That's a good question. That's a very good question.
So answer the question. Do you have an answer?
If Brent wants me to answer, I can. I just want to make sure.
I don't. No, because I already know your answer. I know his answer, Vanessa. I know
it's gonna be very misogynistic. I can tell you.
It's gonna go from a 6-shooter to
at all. I'm married. I have a mother. I have sisters. I don't hate women.
There's a lot of people that's a lot of. I'm not talking about you. I'm gonna say this right now. There's a lot of misogynists, and not you, Javier. There's a lot of misogynists. I don't know why I say your name twice. It's on the screen like that. There's a lot of misogynistic people that are that's married, got mothers. A lot of men that are misogynistic got mothers, right? Just like there's a lot of racist people that friend with black people.
Because you call every man is misogynist doesn't mean it's misogyny. I may be trying to help, but sometimes you gotta tell people uncomfortable truths if we're gonna actually get down to the reason the way we can solve these things. But we can't tiptoe around it and dance around it if we ever gonna try to solve it.
Let me tell you something. You would never solve a problem telling somebody the way you tell them, because you would never be able to solve it, because automatically closed ears happen.
We're gonna have to do a
you have to figure a way. You gotta figure a way to say it.
It proves my point because you can't offend me.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure a way to say things. We gotta do a spin-off with Ricky and Javier. Because Adam had a point in this. Adam had a point in this conversation. So
let's get Adam on the screen.
All right.
Y'all done gave me 2 points now.
No 2 points.
Yeah. Because when I started off with Trump, everybody just started jumping. I do not do I'll let you just talk. I don't do the jumping. Um, and then I want to say this first. Black women aren't a monolith. The reasons they are single black women is not all the same reasons, but there are a lot of black single women led homes in our community.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, because of those kind of fractures and things in our community, it does look like there's an issue. Just like it's a bunch of men here. We walk into a room, kids react to is totally different from just walking into the room than with mom who's saying things 3 and 4 times. And then that same kid grows up, the 3 and 4 time kid versus the kid who had dad come in and say, sit down, or even just his presence. Imagine the presence of men in these communities. So we just got to figure out how to unsplinter that. And that's kind of a sidebar to what I was going back to. The part I wanted to bring in about Trump real quick, and I'll get right out y'all way, is I had started backstory stuff from 2020. Getting right to it is this. If you are rich, if you are a celebrity, and if you are fine and good looking, those are the people he listened to. I understand that. I understand what's going on with him. Even if I need to throw some bait, I'll send, like you send Kim Kardashian up to the White House, suddenly people are having prison reform all of a sudden. You send other people to the White House, these things are opening up, but it's celebrity, people with money, power, influence, and the single or the pretty females. So when I
That's a problem.
understand something, but I understand it though. Now with Kamala Harris, she having debates of trying to figure out how black she is when she on the Breakfast Club talking about chicken and weed, and I'm like, girl, you're not relating to us by some of the activities that go on in our community. Everybody already keeps throwing us together like a monolith, and you just feeding into some of those stereotypes.
I agree that we're not a monolith.
That's our biggest issue is breaking out to what does everybody need on this bus.
Mhm.
It's like 50 people on the bus and we all need something different, and we just at McDonald's. But somebody want ribs, somebody want this, that, and the other. We might not get everything we want, but everything we keep coming back is we need food.
So can I say this?
We all got to just break out of the monolith from the single black female, from the business owners, from the standpoints of what we need in our community. We just have to break out a monolith, period. And Kamala Harris is kind of that. Kamala. I'm not gonna be the old wicked witch lady just gonna say her name. I don't know how to say her name. How do we say her name?
Kamala, like a comma.
It don't matter.
It matters.
Kamala.
You want somebody to get your name
teach
right?
me. No, because just like my nickname is AL, but I did change it to Adam to help everybody.
Yeah, you're not doing
you know
it
what I
on
mean?
purpose, you know what I mean?
But
You just correct people when they.
Yeah, I don't know her like that, or even.
Yeah,
just
it's not malicious. I don't look at it as malicious.
Yeah.
Lee had his hand.
Again, it's.
I just want to say something quick before I go make my drink and we get ready for round 2.
No.
Yeah, I got to make another drink of this. But on my platform, Real Talk for Real Man, I spent the last close to 5 years talking about the differences between men and women. And 2 things I walk away from absolutely convinced. Women are smarter than men. I believe this with every fiber of my being. I do believe that men are from Mars, women are from Venus. But I think there's an order to things. And so when I look at my sister, and I'm being so serious now, when I talk, I say a lot of crazy shit come out of my mouth, but let me be clear. When I talk about being, a chauvinist, I'm only talking about in the bedroom, folks. I promise you with every fiber of my being. In all truthfulness, I work in education. One of the things I will tell you, white women and black women are the most educated people on this fucking planet. And they make better decisions than us. Having said that, there is an order. So I agree with what my brother said about, now there is a difference between intellect and education. And where I get tripped up sometimes is where my own sisters think that they are intimidating us because of the education, because those are 2 separate things. Having said that, we could sit here and debate as well why we're single, because sometimes we're the undoing of our own selves, but that's a whole nother conversation. Having said that, I want to be clear when it comes to this. I do support this sister. She's proven. She finds herself in the most auspicious circumstances. She didn't ask for this, folks. This election started with two old fuckers who was going to debate each other. One of them is way past his prime, and the other is right behind him. So she was thrust into the limelight. I agree that she was a lame duck vice president, and it was meant to be so. She was put in place to cop the women in the black vote, and he really wanted attractive black woman like the chick that ran here, but he couldn't win the election with a fat black woman, so he got somebody that kind of passed. Having said that, in a million years, white people wouldn't have expected for her to find herself in this position. She's smart. The chick that ran for governor here, him and Kamala, she was put on the ballot to secure the one because they watched what Hillary Clinton did. They never expected to be in this position, and white people are angry because the thought that a black woman could ascend to the highest office of the land scares the shit out of them. Having said that, I'm not going to do this woman no disrespect. One thing I won't throw dirt on, she's proven herself time and time again in terms of her competence. You might not like her policies, but she didn't get where she's at by accident. She is an intelligent, free-thinking woman, and now she's put in the position. So I do support where she stands, and I'm not going to throw shit on black women because they are brilliant. I personally have surrounded myself with nothing but women because they help me in every facet of my life make better decisions. I like my bros, but fuck you.